Hey y'all, it's Melissa at MessyMissy Creates. I am going to start in my November journal. And we all know how this goes. It always takes me a minute to get used to a new journal, but I think I've got a good strong plan this time. First off, I know you see this little precious face. Look at this, and that's little Precious with her daddy. Look at that sweet little face. Anyway, okay. I still have to cut some of those out. This is, let's see, I'm on Saturday the 1st. So Halloween's now over. And let's see, I need this one. I did journal Halloween this day. My husband went out in the boat to calibrate his new trolling motor. So he took a friend, and of course they took their fishing poles. And anyway, so, but I don't know if, oh, he went to work first. That's what, he went in, he got up early and went in and got some stuff done at work, because he's going to have to take off with me for my procedure. Maybe happening while you're watching this, I'm not sure. I'm filming ahead a little bit, so I'm not sure what date this will air. But anyhow, I'm going to try to get the first couple pages done. This is the 3 of them. They went to a pumpkin patch and had some professional pictures taken, and I think these were just the ones that they took. I'm trying to remember what day. Hold on, this one goes on Sunday, so let me go ahead and cut this out. Apparently that's not going to have much of a border, that picture, which is okay. So start that again. Anybody else playing with Stickles this month? If you're following along or playing along with Allison's challenge, Allison at AJ's Inspired Life, you know her item of the month is, almost said chickens, it's not, it's Stickles. So earlier I did a video that's already out about making some journaling cards with stickers. No, Stickles, not stickers. One of my chickens has been molting, and this one's so sad. It says I'm having a hard molt. Now she is, and then this is a chicken with it was an animated thing, meme, and anyway, it was just a little chicken crying. I had not had this experience before. We've only had chickens since last year, and maybe they were too young to go through the molt last fall. I don't know. Seems like they would do that in the spring, and not in the fall. I don't know. I mean, it's not like it gets that cold here, but because some of them really lose a lot of feathers. That's what molting is they lose their feathers and then they get new ones. But anyway, it's my blue egger, and she has quit laying eggs. So what to do? It's been over a month. If you know anything about chickens, I've not gone through a molt yet. This is the next day. Let me do one day at a time here. So Saturday. Oh yeah. So my husband went to almost said Chicken Supply. He went to Tractor Supply. And he went to work, then he went to Tractor Supply, and then he took the boat out. Okay, because I was out of chicken food. So somewhere up here, here's my day and date. Probably like right here. My sweater and scarf. Make sure you're in frame. And this is going to go on this day. Let me just tuck it in here. I've got these 2. This one's going to go, I doubt we get this far, but that one goes here. No, it doesn't. Oh, that didn't go there either. Okay, that does... Today the... Okay. All right, let's try this again. This goes on here, and here, and here. And then this one goes in here. Okay. All right, got the stuff off my desk. I was trying to cut out most of the stuff before I got on camera. I was trying to get this one done pretty quick. Or before my husband comes home from work anyway. And just so I had another one just in case. I mean, there's a chance with, you know, because they're dealing with my neck, there is a chance that I could have some, like, you know, temporary loss of sensation in my right arm and stuff like that. So, and I tend to react funny to things, so you just never know. So, yeah, he got chick feed. Guess what he also came home with? A roll of Christmas wrapping paper. Actually, he came home with 2 rolls of Christmas wrapping paper. But this one is precious. It's got chicken. They both have chickens on them. So anyway, I'm going to cut off a section of this. And he's probably going to be like, what'd you cut a chunk out of the wrapping paper for? I'm like, well, to use in my journal, of course. I mean, hello. What do you expect from me? I'm going to have to cut one of these chickens in half. How do I do that? Because all this is not going to fit on my journal page. I mean, I could go around the chicken. Well, that really makes it wonky. But, okay, at some point I'm going to have to cut one of those chickens in half to wrap a present. Well, that's probably his wrapping paper for me for Christmas. So he does that. Okay, so that is not the page I want. This is my cover page, which I haven't done anything with. I will probably put some, I don't know. I've got to start dating my journals, y'all. I'm going back and I'm realizing I'm not even putting the year on them or the month or anything. And I'm having trouble finding what I need. So I've got this. This was the red shed. This was the tag off of the wrapping paper, which I kind of tore. So we can use it or not. But anyway, that goes with the wrapping paper. This goes with this. This can go up here with this. Let me find a clip and clip this down so that side stays. And I'll put my scissors on here. Okay. Note to self. Do not wait till the end of the month to write in your journal. I'm trying to catch up on my writing in my October journal so I could flip it for you. My goal was to do that today as a 3rd video to get done today so that I had Wednesday and Thursday covered. But I did not finish it. My October journal is so chunky that writing on the first page is like trying to write sideways. And I'm like, not a good idea. Just not a good idea. Okay, I already know that I'm going to turn, let me let loose this one page from the clip. I already know I'm going to turn this into a tuck. Now, it's not much of a tuck, and I could bring it in a little bit more if I really wanted to, but I don't really want, I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't think it's that important. I am going to, well, put a little extra glue just to make these tucks tend to be loose. You know, where the tags fall out. So I try to put a little extra glue like in so it tightens up the pocket a little bit, but see, we still have all this bulk. I don't know if it's because of the paper or if it's because it's so thin. Now I can fix some of that. Oh, no, I can't fix that. That's not what I meant to say. I'm going to reinforce this with washi to make it a little sturdier right here. But that's not going to fix the glue problem. Okay, let me see how, I know I want a tag. I want to see how big of a tag I want. So probably about 7 inches. That's kind of an odd number. A 5 by 7. I think that'll work. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of an odd. Do I usually do 8? Maybe 5 by 8, but let's do 5 by 7. It's not a big deal. I'm going to use this paper because it kind of matches both pages. I think I'm going to try to use this section right here. And let me get my trimmer out and see. I do need this one arm. So how are y'all doing? I am, I thought I had the, here, this is the way I want it. Okay, like this. But I'm doing, no. I wanted it 5 inches wide. It goes up like that. Did not recap my glue, so remind me to do that in just a second. I want it 5 wide. And then I want it 7 inches tall. So right to here. And then I have this little 5 by, I guess that would be a 5 by 5 square actually. How ironic. So, and that will fit in there just nicely. And I can put more glue in there. And let's see, what else do I need? And what do I need on here? I could just put this down on the background, even though that's taking up good writing space. I could cut it down. I don't have to use that much of it. And then just put it underneath here where you can see it. But let me get this out of the way. Get my glue paper and at least get my day and date glued on and my glue recapped. And see what we can get done. It's already the 4th. So you will probably be watching this on the 5th or the 6th. I'm not sure which one. Oh, here's my sweater. I was like, where did my number go? Okay, here we go. Anyway, I was going to try to get 3 videos done today. So, you know, just in case Thursday I'm still not feeling well or whatever, or I could skip, you know, Wednesday if I needed to, but I will see how it goes. And I know I'm not going to feel up to doing one tomorrow because I'll be like, bleh. I'll be have anesthesia brain. My procedure is for early in the morning, so I have the day to rest. So I mean, not that that really matters in the grand scheme of things. But, oh, I could put her, this looks like my Maggie, but it's not Maggie that's molting, it's Mabel. She's gray, but this wasn't a gray chicken. I can put this right here. I did do that. Yeah, let me just go ahead and make that decision, because that was my video for the day. And scooch it over just a little bit. And I think I can put Tractor Supply. What am I going to put on my tag? Where'd the boat go? I lost the boat. Here we go. I could put the boat down here. And let's see what else. What am I going to put on the tag? I'm not sure. I think I was going to put this stuff. Yeah, I might put this stuff on here. And then the hard molt about the chickens. And that about the Tractor Supply. I would like to find some ribbon that would go there. And then I think I will have her right here, but I'm going to put some, let me glue this down first. Is there anything else? Did I forget anything? No. So I can glue this down. I'm going to drop it down a little bit because I do want to put some ribbon or something there. And then put this here. And that's what happens when he goes to Tractor Supply unsupervised. He buys extra things. And they say women are bad. Okay, so my scissors go. It's just this little sliver of white right here that I don't want. And put that on there. I could have done without a tag, but I would have used up all of my writing space. So, you know. Okay, I want to put washi here, and then I'm going to put the chicken here. The chicken crying. It's so sad. I'm like, don't cry, little chickie. And then I'll probably put the boat down here, and then I may put a little writing spot here that I made with, that already has. Can't do that yet. I don't want to do that yet. I want to get this down here, but I want to kind of go around. I don't want to do this whole page. I mean, I could just cut it this way and put the chickens. That would fit the whole section right here. Or I could just do like these three, and then I would still have this room to write if I wanted. But let me see what that looks like with this tag. Hold on. Yeah, because then you'd see it. Yeah, you're not going to see that row anyway. This one's holding an ornament in its beak. Isn't it cute? They're so cute. They have some of the cutest wrapping paper, by the way, if you didn't know that. I mean, it's all farm-ish, you know, farming related or animal related or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to glue that down. And then I'll put the washi down. So, like, I mean, and we needed more Christmas wrapping paper. Usually, we have a tradition that we go to Hobby Lobby together once a year. Sometime usually in November, maybe December, depending on how on the ball we are. And we each pick out a roll of wrapping paper, whether we need it or not. Now, the amount of presents that we are wrapping is quickly dwindling. And we don't need as much wrapping paper as we used to. Okay, so given my current situation, I mean my current page, I'm looking for the rest of my washi. I'm trying to decide which washi I want. I'm almost thinking this one, or this one matches that. It's very white though. Oh, you know what? I have more. I have this kind of rust-colored pumpkin, and I have this rust-colored grid. I have this orange with, I don't really want the orange. I have this kind of brown, and I don't want that one. I don't want that one. I didn't even let you see that one. You didn't even get a vote on that one. And that one's sweaters. It actually is starting to get, now not for me. I'm not wearing a sweater. Don't get me wrong. Let me put the washi up here. Okay. But it has gotten chillier here in the great state of Florida. So, do I want this? Because this almost kind of matches that. So, I'm thinking I do, except I really like these pumpkins right here. I really do. And I don't know if you're supposed to use pumpkins in November. I know they're all over October, but I like them. And these are not the same pumpkins I had in October. Let me fold that one over just a wee bit. That still doesn't take away how loose that is, so I will still have to come in and glue down like to here and here. Add some more glue in there. But, okay, so now I can add the chicken down here. If he's going to stick to... Actually, we're going to use our glitter glue. Because I want a bead of glue from there down. Well, a crooked bead of glue. I'm not sure that the glue stick would really want to stick to the washi. Let's see. Oh, I hope it's that sad. But anyway, so she is getting her feathers back. She's looking better. However, she is still not laying eggs. Or this is the one that they were eating her eggs for a while. And so that is still a possibility. She is not laying in the coop. I had put a... Okay, I'm going to put that... That still didn't help. I was going to glue her right here and here. And then maybe that'll tighten up that pocket. Okay. So, she's still not laying... Either she's not laying the eggs still... Or she's laying them and they're eating them before I can even see them. But I would think that I would catch them because I caught them the first time. As far as I know, it was the first time. So, anyway, I don't know. I don't know. I'm tempted to use... No. I really wanted one that went... Thought I made some of them go this way because I really wanted one that went like this. Let me check this one. I did them all vertical. Why did you do them all vertically? That was a ding dong thing to do. Well, why would you do that? Okay, so I was going to use one of these and put that here. That would match. The sweater would match, and it would still fit. It's a little too much. Let me cut this one out and see if it'll fit. If not, I'm going to use one of the ones that I pre-made with stickles on it. Because the stickles will not dry before I have to turn the page and start working on day 2. So... I was going to, if this fit, I was going to stickle the leaves and then let it sit to dry while I worked on the second page. Or wait to stickle it at the end. You know what? That one can go that way. So how about we let it? And then that kind of fills that page. And this is my little sweater. It matches my sweater numbers. Okay, so I think we all agree that the boat goes on the bottom. I don't know. I mean, did you get the boat? If not, you missed it. Yeah, because I don't think... I mean, I could put the boat up here and then put this down here, but actually that might not look bad. That might not look bad at all. And then I can either use this one or these are the ones that I made. We have a hot rod motorcyclist. The only thing about this one is it's the same paper. What about this one? Tidy Up. That was not for that day. This one is kind of a blue plaid on a, or green blue plaid on another plaid. But it does have the gold. What do we think of that one? Can you see? Am I letting you? I'm not letting you see. I'm thinking that, because I'm thinking this one I'm going to use on the 3rd. When my niece came, yeah, the 3rd, yesterday. I did all the plaid ones. Okay. I didn't make any with the pattern paper. So, what about, what did I just do with that little, nah. I was going to say we could make one really quick out of that, but, now I'm kind of regretting gluing the boat up here. I think this one Was it Saturday that it got chilly? I mean, I don't mind this. I don't necessarily need that much writing. I think I'm going to use this and just glue it down. And I might even put a string. What do we think about having a little row of washi right there? Just to kind of, sure. Let's use up the stuff, right? I got it to use, so let's use it. Tuck that under. I don't really want it on that side, but I'll trim it later if I don't want it. And then I'll glue that right there. Actually, I'm going to put stickles on the leaves. And then we're going to see if it can dry by the time. This is why I pre-stickled stuff, but no, I'm going to still do it the hard way. I'm going to use, I was going to use this. Let me see. What did I use on, I think I used the clear. Yeah, I did. I used the clear on the leaves there. I don't know. I think this color will hide. I'm going to put it on really thin. I think it's going to hide the detail of the leaves, and I don't want it to do that. So I'm just trying to put it on a little bit here and there. And then it'll also be super thin that it will dry quickly, maybe, by the time we get done with the second page. So we're using, this is called Cayenne. And I did not get any right here. And I'm just going to do little bits, just so it has a little bit of sparkle to it. And if you're not familiar with this, Allison at AJ's Inspired Life has an Item of the Month challenge. And she has invited everyone to play along. She chooses one item out of her stash, things that she wants to use up or use more or whatever. Okay, we're going to set this to the side. And actually, one of these would look pretty good too. Got these doilies that, let's see. Let's fiddle for a second. If I had a bigger doily, I would do that, but it doesn't really match the page, so it's okay. All right, we're going to set this one. I'm going to set it right in front of me, and don't let me forget to come back and glue it on. Okay, so I'm going to put these to the side, and then we've got to come back and glue that one on. Oh, I want to put, how much time do I have? I did not dig out ribbon, but I do have some buttons I'm going to knock over. I have some fall ribbon right here. I have, how about some leaves or some sunflowers? That's kind of burgundy. Here is some green. I don't want green. Oh, I have like this red plaid. No, because the other side's plaid. Okay. Scratch that. Scratch that, scratch that. A green plaid, gingham, I mean. Oh, I have this solid green. There's no green on the page, lady. There's no green on the page. What about just this gold? And then maybe a little bit of this sparkly, or the leaves. Okay. Works for me. What is this one? That's velvet. I don't want velvet. But I can use a little bit of this. Now I can either punch a hole. I think I'm going to use some of these. Some of this. That is not what I meant to do. Not exactly. Okay. It was effective though. Let me get my fabric scissors. And I think I just want to staple on. I want it to just barely stick off the top. So I want to staple on a little of that and a little of this. So we start the month off with something sticking off the... I was going to do this shimmer, this bronze, but this gold kind of overruled. So I want to do it like this. Okay, I folded it so that it both faces front. And then I think I'm just going to I glued that in. Would you look at that? I'm going to staple it on. I was going to tie it, but I'm just going to staple it. Where I have my stapler, my little Tiny Tim stapler that I just got this out of, the little drawer, I had 4 of those stacked on top of each other, the bigger three drawer. They're about 10 or 12 inches wide. And yeah, it was leaning like this because the table kind of leans in a little bit that it's sitting on. And yeah, I was really afraid that we had to take one of them off, and then we put some shims under the left side. So we were able to keep one of them, but I lost one of them, so that kind of stinks because that's more stuff that I could have right there. But I didn't have anything in that top one anyway because I didn't have, I couldn't reach it from sitting here. And I hadn't figured out what I was going to put in there yet. So anyway, that one got displaced. It got moved over to the other side of the room. So this is still a little bit loose, but it's better. And I think we have everything except for our little stickled journaling spot. That's turning out really good. Those colors look good with that. Yes. Oh yeah, it's still wet. Darn it. I stuck my finger in it. Okay. They do take a little while to dry. Even if you put them on super thin. So that may have to wait to get glued on there. Which the whole point of me doing those tags ahead of time were so that I didn't have to do that. But anyway, here we are. So, all right, this is Sunday the 3rd. I mean the 2nd. And I made soup. We had a kind of a TV day, and I want to say he went out and worked in the boat shed again for a little while, just getting ready. He's fishing in a tournament this weekend. Maybe. There's some things that are going on that, well, he was worried about, you know, me and my procedure, but he also, there's some other stuff going on at work that he might not be able to leave after all. So, okay, this is one of the ones where I'm going to definitely want one of these spots, either here or here. And I kind of like, I don't want the tidy up one. Autumn's Treats, that matches that page. That one really doesn't. That one goes that way, though. This one goes this way, which we can tip in this way. Okay, so I also have, these are printables from Lydia at February and June. This is her breakfast set from, I don't know if it was earlier in the year or, can't remember. But I made us some eggs and toast, and we did not have any meat products to go with that, but we were fine without it. It's, he's not really, I mean, we would have done some like turkey sausage or something like that. He doesn't eat bacon and regular sausage and stuff, so, but I mean, you know, he used to before he became diabetic, and then, you know, now it's not. so good for him. But he did eat a piece of toast, which he doesn't normally do. And I made eggs because the rest of the girls have been fairly productive, and I haven't, it's either an abundance or feels like they're, I'm getting maybe one a day or whatever. But either way, we built up a stash of them, and so I gave gave my friend some, my niece some. We'll give his mom a dozen, that sort of thing. But okay, so that's probably going to go up there. I'm going to put the clip on again so that it stays. And I think I want to, I know this is backwards. It is backwards, and it's going to drive me crazy. Okay, so I want to put washi down here before I put anything else on there. I had a chat with Kari. I think this was this day, Kari. If it wasn't, it was that evening. If it wasn't, let me know, because I got kind of backwards with my days. So we started off with breakfast. I also made soup, which I have. I can use the big one or the little one. So let me see how much room I have. Because I can take this one, which is funny how, okay, it's a little ironic that I have no yolk noodles, but yet I have eggs on there too. We just happen to like these noodles. I don't do them because they don't have yolks. I just don't, I don't know. Anyway, so this one may be way too big. Let me just kind of cut that plastic off the ends, the clear part, and get rid of that. I normally run it up the side, but see, I'm not going to have room to do that. So I think because I have breakfast on here, I think I'm going to do this and then this right here. That's really wrinkled. I wonder if the other one, yep, it's really wrinkled too because it's right where the package is put together. So I can put this like right here. I had ordered some more Stickles and some more washi. This says new Florida sunset times. So 4:59, 4:54, and then the further south you go, the later it gets. So it is dark here by, well, it's dark here by 5. So that's a bummer. But, oh, I was going to cut out the toast. Yeah. To make our breakfast complete. And then, let's see. I may, you know what I'm thinking? Here we go, because I like that. Let me find a washi that I want down the side. And it's one of these washies. Oh, no. I know what washi I want. I want the clock washi on this day. Because this was the day that the time changed. Well, technically it changed in the middle of the night. But this is the day that you notice it, right? So, and I always forget to use this. Well, it doesn't, nope, don't tear. Okay, let me cut it sort of straight. And that I want, well, it's going to end up going this way. That's okay. Not all the way to the end. I do it every time. Do it just short. Like there's just going to be some prize for getting it just right. But I get it. Oh, I got it pretty close that time to just right. A little closer, and I'd have not had to cut this cloth. Okay, so I can put this one up for 6 more months. And then now we can do the breakfast. I can even kind of put it like that if I want. And we have the eggs and the toast. And then I want this down here. I want this up here. This kind of here. And then these came, actually this, I thought this came the day before. Or this one came, no, this one came Monday. Yeah, that one came Monday. This one came Sunday. So there and there and there and there. So this is writing space. So I don't want to cover up my writing space. So I think I'm going to put, do I put a journaling spot here? If I have all this writing space, I don't need a pocket. I need my Stickles. Which one did I say I was going to use? Not that one. This one's going to go on the next day when my niece was here. We tidied up. No, we did more than tidy up. I was going to put this here, tip it in here, and then I can put the sunset times here, my chat with Kari here. I can put this under here. It doesn't have to be out anywhere. That looks very cluttered up. Tell you what, let's start with the first thing. And that's the day and date. And then you got a couple things that quit moving. So that always helps to have stuff not moving. Okay. We got Sunday the 2nd. That was right? Sunday is the 2nd. Okay. And then this will fit up here. And this will fit under here. Like this. I think I'm going to try the glue stick. I think I've done it with glue stick before. I've also trimmed it down before, like around the... And I didn't, this time I didn't take the time to do that. Because it's clear and you can't see it. So it just didn't feel necessary. And then I'm just going to put her like right here. What I want to do is on the other side. But let me get her down here. Because I started on this, you know, in the early afternoon or like noonish or 11ish. Noonish, I think. And then it just kind of simmered all day kind of thing. So here's what I'm thinking. I wanted, these are Elizabeth from Never Hopeless by Elizabeth. These are her TV printables. And I was thinking I wanted to put the big TV here and flip it out. Because we just kind of had a lazy TV day. That's not entirely true. It wasn't an all-day thing. It was in spurts, but it was a little bit in the morning, a little bit in the afternoon, and then, you know, there's football, the final NASCAR race. My guy won, by the way, the championship. He didn't win the race, but he won the championship. I know that doesn't make sense. If you don't follow NASCAR, they have a funky point system, and, you know, anyway, whatever. Just, it's not worth the brain cells if you don't watch it. It's barely worth the brain cells if you do watch it. Because trying to figure out their little new system, well, it's not new anymore, but their little point system and how they eliminate, and only so many people get to be in the championship round, but everybody races. So to me, it complicates things. But I don't know. Anyway, they don't ask my opinion. Again, they don't ask my opinion. And one day, I just want somebody to ask my opinion. But I thought this would give me some writing spot on the back as well as this space right here. And I love her TVs. I love this big one because it makes a great flip. And so I'm going to put it on with clear tape for starters. And I'm going to have to push it out a little bit to get that in there. Oh, I knocked all my breakfast off. And flatten that down, get that in there. And hopefully that went on there right. Okay. Now I need to get breakfast on here. But I did think about, I'm going to use, if I don't use this, I'm going to, and I may do this anyway. I'm going to use my yellow Stickles. I'm just not sure if I'm going to glue it down first. Because I'm obviously not going to get another page done. So, you know, we can just tuck this down here. We don't have to, let me think. Okay, so if I'm going to do Stickles on that, I don't need this. But this does give me, this does give me, that one would flip that way. I mean, it could flip this way too if I wanted it to, but not easily. This one would flip out. I mean, this one could flip this way. And then I have this and this. And I kind of like the gold on the gold, but let's use this. And then we'll go back the other way. We're going to tip this one in right here. So let me get some clear tape. I don't want it to be too far in the spine because then it pokes out. It won't lay flat, and I did that crooked. But, okay, let me get that. Get that down. What washi did I use? Okay, I used this washi. So I think what I'm going to do is just use the same washi that I used on the thing. I think I talked about that in that video when I made this one. That I would just use the same washi to tip it in. And then that way it just looks like wide washi. And on this side I could use a different one if I wanted to. But why not stick with what works, right? That looks fine. And I want my days to be fuller. I want them to be, well, I mean, they're pretty full. And I want those to kind of stick out. So I'm going to do this. This was kind of the last thing that I did. Well, I didn't put anything but the TV about the NASCAR. I should have put, and I may come back and do it, who won the actual championship. The NASCAR, it's Larson, Kyle Larson. And if you didn't know that, I'm sorry. I mean, if you hadn't seen it yet and recorded it and, you know, whatever. That was a spoiler alert, I guess. So this will go right up here. We got the clock on there. The time change, I like how that sticks out from there. And then this is slightly crooked, but I will live with it. And then this just looks kind of weird. You know what? I can stick it right here. Okay, it just kind of looked, because all the white background, I guess, just didn't look right on that paper. So that's what was throwing me off. But I can stick it right here. And then I can write about how Allison enabled me to buy more Stickles. I'm just kidding. We talked about it. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And then some of the bottles were like $34 a piece and $20 a piece. And I'm like, this is nuts. So I'm tempted to not have that just be clear washi, but I'm tempted to use this. There is another rust color. It has pumpkins on it. Because I think that would look good with that right there. And it will hide a little bit of the TV. Where am I at on time? Okay. So, it will hide just a little pinch of the TV. But, will it rip? Yep. But I think it will tie in those colors right there. And let me get it even on the same side, or sort of even, so that we don't have any extra sticky. I need to get one of those little cards or something so that I can tear it straight, but I don't think I probably have one in my little craft cart, and I just don't, you know, just don't use it. Okay, so I'm going to glue down. Oh, I never glued down breakfast. We still have breakfast floating in the air. Okay, so breakfast is up here. And because we got up early, because we're used to getting up early. And so we had time for breakfast and some TV. And it was nice. I'm going to put that right here. And I'm going to put this right there, or I can put it over here. Actually, well, I've already glued that down. Let me see what that looks like. I don't want to overlap them. I want this one kind of to be over here, maybe. I'm not even letting you see. I'm sorry. This one, I'm second guessing myself here. Maybe push that over a little bit. And then have eggs right in the middle. And then I'll start writing here. Or I could put the egg over here and then start writing here. That makes sense. Okay. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to stickle it. And I'm gluing on my mat. That is not a wise move. Okay. So my TV antenna is getting all kind of bent up. Stay. Okay. And I have my egg glued down. I'm going to get my yellow, which is called Sunburst. Why is my toast not sticking? Probably because I lifted it and then didn't put glue back on it again. And I'm going to stickle this. Let me make sure it's glued down first, because I will never be able to, well, not never, but not today, will I be able to stick it down and, you know, actually mush it down, or whatever word you want to use there. So I'm going to do this. Here we go, Stickles. Let's stickle this. Whoa, that came out like a clop. So I'm stickling the yolk of this egg. Oh, that's going to be super cute. Just that little bit of glitter. The yellow glitter in the yolk. Cute, cute, cute. Now that will take a couple hours to dry. So I can't flop my TV back over. Well, it can hang out right here. This one right here still has not dried. But it will go on here. And then I need to make up some more. I meant to pre-glitter these and I didn't, or stickle them. So that's going to be my stickles on this page. And the toast is going to be my stickles on that page. So I'm going to let them both sit here and dry. And then I will all I have to do is open this page. You know, that one is already glued on. But then I'll just have to glue this one on the other page. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this. And I hope that you're playing along. It's a challenge. This one's going to be a challenge. It's going to be kind of like clusters. But I enjoyed it. It was really fun and challenging. And it's just a fun added twist to your journal pages. It's something that makes you think about using something that you don't normally think about. And so if it causes you to pre-make some ephemera, then great, that's fun. I had a blast making these earlier. Look what I just did. I had a blast making these earlier today. I'm going to make some more. And then there'll be things like this that I just stickle once it's on the page. And I can leave it open. So anyway, that's all for now. And I will see you, if not, well, it'll be in the next video, but if not tomorrow, the next day. And I'm not sure which day this is going to post. So that's why I say that. Anyway, you have a great rest of your day. And let me, you know, drop me a comment, hit the like button, let YouTube know that if you did like what you saw. And oh, I already had stickles on this. I didn't have to stickle the egg, but looky there, it turned out super cute. Look at that. Do you see the glitter on that? It's so cute. So I already had stickles here. I forgot. But this is going to go on that one. All right. I've already said goodbye 3 times now. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, y'all. Thanks for being here. Bye.